Yeah, for things to get better for you, yeah, first you need to get better. Yeah. You need to invest that time in yourself. Yeah, what it is to find a mentor, what it is to have a day where you unwind, yeah, what it is to carve time in your calendar to meditate and walk, what it is to practice your English. You need to be better. Yeah. The second is learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your business or your job. Yeah, because you're gonna be the biggest bottleneck to the results that you're creating. Yeah. So learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And my favorite, yeah, don't let your learning lead to knowledge, my friend. Let your learning lead to action. Because insight without action is worthless.
Hi there, Adrian here, and this is a video from a Zoom session that we do. We do these Zoom sessions every Sunday and we take questions and answers from the audience, some of our students, some of our members. We never know what questions are coming up, so I'm always excited to do these sessions and I hope to see you at one of them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and check out the other playlists that we have. Thank you, enjoy.
Okay, so maybe some of you don't know who I am. Yeah, so let me share just a bit about who I am before we get into the question asking and before I share the habits with you. Now, my name is Dino Delplesh and I am a high performance coach and I'm on a mission to make leadership sexy by helping 1 million high achieving leaders and entrepreneurs launch their own six-figure business through mastering the habits of high performance leadership. Yeah, so that's who I am and this is my mission. Another thing you should know about me is that I'm dating one of the most beautiful women in Asia. Yeah, so when you see her, make sure you tell her that. I always like to remind everybody so that way I'm always reminding her as well. Another thing you should know about me is that I'm from a very small island called St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Does anyone in here know where St. Vincent and the Grenadines is? Anyone? Maybe, no, yes. Okay, Jenny, no? Okay, awesome. There's a lot of people who know where St. Vincent and the Grenadines is. However, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is located in the Caribbean. So if you want, you can go to your map and do a little search. Yeah, and it's a very beautiful island. And we have approximately about 100,000 people on this island. And that means there's a building in China somewhere that can fit every single inhabitant who's on the island. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I find that to be crazy. Another thing to know about me is that I love to read. Yeah, I love to learn. Yeah, and these are some of the books that have really molded my thinking and mold, my conversation. If you're a reader and you can get the annotate tool, can you annotate some of the books that you've read before? Maybe books that you're reading currently now, or maybe books that you're interested in reading. So you should find the annotation tool somewhere at the top, and you should see annotate, and you can go ahead and just circle some of the books that you love. Let me see the readers in the room. Maybe there's another book there that you've read before. You can type the name in the chat because I'm always looking for new books to engage in.
I have larger books. Start with Why.
Start with Why, yeah, that's the popular Simon Sinek. Awesome, wonderful.
I've read Who Moved My Cheese. Loved it.
Who Moved My Cheese? That's a big one. That's
book.
A big one.
Yes.
Welcome, Jenny. Welcome, Jenny.
And I've read, I'm a reader too. I've read Start With Your Why. I've read Good to Great.
Awesome. Loving it. Wonderful. So I'm happy to know that we have readers in the room because I love to surround myself with leaders who love to learn, because I believe that learning is a secret weapon. Yeah, all the greats have this thing inside of them where they just love eating up knowledge and information. Yeah, I also have this belief, yeah, that true learning doesn't happen in the collection of information, but in the execution of it. Yeah, I think somebody needs to hear that again. Yeah, true learning doesn't happen in the collection of information, but in the execution of it. Okay, let's keep the party going. Okay, now I know who my action takers are. And if you're not an action taker already, I'll suggest let's start getting into action. Yeah. Because insight without action is worthless. Because I know you've came to a lot of these trainings before and you've collected a lot of information. But tonight, I want your action. I want your knowledge to lead to action. Turn your knowledge into action. Yeah. Because when you do, that's when you create beauty. That's when we create magic. Yeah. And also there may be 7 reasons why you're here. Yeah. I want to have a good idea of why you're here. So if a reason resonated with you, you can put it in the chat so you have a clear idea of maybe why you're here right now. Yeah, so as I'm going through the presentation, I can, mold my words or maybe say things in a certain way that applies to you. And reason number 1 is that you feel like you're not where you want to be in life right now. Yeah, I've definitely felt like this before. I shared my story with you, when I was at that point of, wanted to end things. Yeah, and I definitely felt like I was not where I want to be in life. I was young, I felt lost. And that's a normal feeling that humans do go through. Yeah, but it's not a feeling that you should be with for all your life. Yeah, there's a way and there's a path to get past that. Yeah, so maybe that's you right now. Yeah, and maybe you feel like you're not getting enough done. Yeah, maybe you have a lot on your plate and things just don't seem like it's moving as fast as you like them to be. Yeah, maybe that's you right now. And maybe you feel like you're not as influential as you like to be. Whether it is with your family, with your kids, at work, with your team, or even with your siblings, yeah? Being family is also, a value of mine. I love to be even more influential with my brothers, yeah? And that's something that I'm currently working on. Well, what about you, yeah? Yeah, where are you right now? Maybe you're not clear about whom you need to be to have that breakthrough. Yeah, you've been really putting in the work over the years and you just feel like you're on a plateau. Yeah, you feel like you're not really exiting that atmospheric level and you're just hitting the surface. Yeah, maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're lacking the motivation in a particular area of your life. Yeah, maybe you just don't feel as excited to shop at work each day. Yeah, maybe you don't feel as excited to shop even in your relationship each day. Yeah, maybe that's you. Yeah, if that's you, you don't have to tell us the detail, but just let me know where you are. Maybe you're tired of self-sabotaging yourself. Yeah, and this, even admitting this takes a lot of courage. Yeah, I know I've self-sabotaged myself a lot, especially when it comes to my fitness. Yeah, there are times when I said I'll commit to, eating clean for an entire week, and then I pass my favorite bakery and I see cheesecake and I just couldn't help myself. And I'll be like, oh, I've worked out hard for the week, so I deserve this. Yeah, maybe you're tired of self-sabotaging yourself. Let me know where you're at. Yeah, and last but not least, maybe you're looking for additional tools and strategies, just leveling up your performance. Yeah, one of the things as high achievers is that we're always looking for a new tool or something that would give us that edge. Yeah, something that would level up our way of thinking, something that would level up our efficiency in work. So let me know if any of these are you right now. Let me see what's in the chat. Adrian, cause it's Sunday and I want to enjoy myself. Jenny said, that's it. What is that? That's it. What's that, Jenny? Mic check. Can you guys hear me? I have a quiet room tonight, boy.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, the last one. Okay, I feel you. Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, so additional tools and strategies. Okay, wonderful. So we have some of that for you tonight. Yeah, so let's keep the party rolling. I want to say that I'm proud of you. Yeah, and the reason why I'm proud of you is that, you choose to invest in yourself. Yeah, and you choose to shop. Yeah, you could have been at home doing something else. Yeah, you could have been scrolling through social media, but you showed up and you take this time to invest in yourself, because time is something that we'll never get back. Yeah, it's one of the rarest commodity on this planet that a lot of us take for granted. So I'm proud of you that you choose to invest in yourself. Yeah, and inside of this room, yeah, it's filled with other people who also invest in themselves and their dreams. Yeah. So you're not just learning for the purpose of learning, but you're learning because you're on a mission. Yeah, you're learning because you have something great that you want to put out into the world. So you make sure that you're doing the inner work. Yeah. And I want you to tell someone in the chat, look for someone in the chat, even though you don't know them, and tell them how proud of them you are. Yeah. Like share that with someone else, even though it's a stranger. Yeah. I believe that we're all part of a bigger picture. And when we share that love with people, yeah, it just makes things right. It makes things feels good. Yeah. So share that with somebody in the chat. Jenny, I'm proud of you. I'm really proud that you show up and you're engaging. Yeah. Michelle, I'm proud of you. Yeah, you take your time to shop here. Rome, I'm proud of you. Yeah, and Stephen, I'm proud of each and every one of you. So find someone in the chat and let them know how proud you are of them. Yeah, even if you don't know them. Another thing that I want you to promise me is to stop comparing yourself. Yeah, comparison to others is one of the biggest killers of dream. Yeah, so I want you to make a commitment today to stop comparing yourself. Yeah, the level that you're at right now, yeah, next year you're going to be at an even higher level once you shop and take action. Yeah, so the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person who you were yesterday. Yeah, the person who you are today. Yeah, so let's stop playing the comparison game. Yeah, and also I have this belief that you would never maximize your full potential without a coach. Yeah, you would never maximize your own full potential without a coach. Yeah. Coaching has changed my life personally. Yeah, and it's continuously changing my life as I serve. Yeah, so if today, right now, you don't have a coach, I'll suggest get one. Even if you make the lamp pole outside your coach and you go and talk to the lamp pole every day. Yeah. And don't even mind if people call you crazy, but get a coach. Yeah. And this is life usually without a coach. Yeah. You're in your own head and you only know what you know. Yeah. You have no other perspective. Yeah. You're frustrated. You feel lost on most days. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with feeling lost. Yeah. But if you're feeling lost all the time, then we got to check that. Yeah. And this is life with a coach. Yeah. You're celebrating your wins. Yeah. You're celebrating things that you didn't even know was possible for you. Yeah, some of the greatest athletes, they're incredible at what they do. However, they still have a coach. Yeah, Michael Jordan, the greatest basketballer. Yeah, we hear so many stories about his coach. Yeah, Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis player. Yeah, she invests millions of dollars in a coach every year. Yeah, so this thing that we call coaching, it works. Yeah. So get a coach. Okay. And I want you to imagine who you'll be today if you had someone keeping you accountable to your own full potential over the last 10 years. Who would you be today? Yeah. Over the last 10 years, really imagine, go back to that you back then. If you had someone holding you to your fullest potential, who would you be today? Yeah, just think about that and let that sink in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's who you'll be. Yeah, and that's why we get coaches. Yeah. Yeah. And this is what will be required. Yeah, there's 3 simple things that I'm going to ask of you tonight. Yeah. The first one is trust the process. Yeah, even if it's uncomfortable, or even if it's something that you've tried before. Yeah, I've often see people say, oh, I've done that before and it didn't work. Yeah, the question is, how consistent have you been at it? Yeah, did you actually did it consistently over 90 days? Yeah, so I want to still take action, even if it's something that you've done before. Yeah, and make time. Yeah, schedule time in your calendar to get this done, because distraction would stop you faster than anything else. Okay. The distraction, yeah, the time that we're living in now is one of the easiest time for us to be distracted as human beings. So we need to make time. We need to put that on our calendar. And last but not least, stop being the world's best kept secret. It serves no one. Yeah. It's your time to shine. Yeah. Last week, I had an interesting conversation with a client, and he was telling me about the persons that he served. Yeah, they're big executives who are running big companies, and they are struggling with maintaining balance between home and work, and it's stressing them out and making them frustrated. And when he told me that, I had to tell him that this person's waiting for you. Yeah, and you're doing them an injustice, not letting yourself be known to them. Yeah, so I want you to stop being the world's best kept secret. Yeah, because it serves no one. Okay, so one, trust the process, make time, and stop keeping your genius a secret. Okay, let me check in with the chat and see how is everybody doing. How are we doing? Okay, we're quiet tonight, boy. I feel like I'm speaking to myself. Is anyone there? Ida, Bill, Francie, Jasmine, Jenny. Okay, thumbs up from Jenny. Jiang Feng, Lara, Lee, Michelle. Hey, now what's up? Blessed, blessed. Okay, I got you. Okay, so let's keep it moving. It appears that you guys are moving while you're listening, so I still appreciate that. Okay, so are we ready? Are you ready for the 6 habits to 6 figures? And as I said, I'll be coaching you. So that means I'll be asking you questions. And as I ask, I'll be calling on you. So even though you're in the subway and you're moving, you can turn your mic on. Even though you're walking, you can turn your mic on. Yeah. So if I ask a question and you're there, yeah, let's play. Okay. So now the first habit, yeah, master your mind. Yeah. Master your mind. Now, I remember a few years ago. Yeah, I remember a few years ago, I wanted to be a speaker. Yeah, I was inspired by speakers, and I wanted to really shop and share my story. Yeah, and I had this thought in my head consistently telling me that, like, who are you to be a speaker? Who would listen to you? Yeah, and it was as if it was so stifling. Every time I muster up the courage to shop, to want to speak, this thought always comes back. Yeah, who are you to be a speaker? Yeah, what do you know? Yeah. What topic would you speak about? Yeah, people are gonna judge you. Yeah. Have you ever had thoughts like these? Yeah, I'm not enough. Yeah, the work that I do is not valuable. Yeah. And usually a lot of these thoughts will stop us from taking action towards our dream. Yeah. And the first habit is mastering your mind. The first 6-figure habits. The first habit of any high-performing leader is to master your mind. So let me ask this question. Yeah, let me look in the group. And I want to ask this question to you, Jenny. Do you feel like you're living your truth?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm in the right place doing it, but I know I'm doing what I need to do at this point in my life. And like you, I've had to master my mind. I stop negative thoughts midway and say, Jenny, you are right where you're supposed to be at this point in your life, doing what you need to do. But there are times when I feel like, no, it's not working and all that. And the negative thoughts come back. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you feel like you're in the right place, and sometimes you feel like you're not in the right place. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah. And thank you so much for, showing up with courage and responding. I really do appreciate that. Yeah. Now, the next question, I want to ask this question to Stephen. And that question is, what are 3 words that really define you as a person, Stephen? And as I'm asking these questions applies to everyone. So I want you to answer them for yourself. Okay, go ahead, Stephen. What are three words that really define you as a person?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a really nice question, Dino. I think I like to use three words: integrity and integrity and straightforward. I work hard. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So that's two. Give me one more.
I think honest is part of integrity, right? But maybe a little different. Integrity, straightforward, talkative. That's all. Three words enough, right, Dino?
Yeah. So integrity, straightforward, and you said positive. Is that correct?
Yes. Positive. Yeah, correct. Positive, correct.
Yeah. And I'm curious, do you feel like you're living those words each day?
Almost, I think so.
Tell me more.
Probably 18% or 7%, I think I like the life I'm living every day.
And if I had to ask, or we had to ask Stephen, what would need to shift? Or what would you need to ask for if you're going to show up with more integrity, being more straightforward and positive each day? What would he say?
Probably I need to change a little bit. I think the people we face or the people we connect to, maybe I need to change a little bit ways I talk to with. I think integrity is not always the truth or not always correct, but it depends on the environment and the people around you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing vulnerable, Stephen. Yeah, and even as Stephen is sharing, yeah, some of you can resonate with that. Yeah, and that is your insight. Yeah, maybe someone else in the group had a different insight. Because my job here as a coach is not to give you the answers per se, but just to help you find your own emotional freedom. And I see in the group, Rong shared passionate, learning, and curious. And I really want to challenge you, each of you. Yeah, if you wrote your word down, and if you didn't, I encourage you to write them down. Yeah. What would it look like if you show up consistently embodying these three words? Yeah. Now I have one more question when it comes to mastering the mind. Yeah, and I like to ask this one to Nan. Yeah, Nan, if you're listening, you can turn your mic on. That's possible.
Yeah, I'm here.
What three words would define how you should interact with others?
Yeah, I was just thinking about this. I think empathetic, authentic, and patient.
Empathetic, authentic, and patient. And do you feel like you're living these words every day while you interact with others, Charles?
Not to everyone, but to those I'm close to.
Let me ask you this question. I'm curious. What would need to shift for you? Yeah, if you're going to shop like in 100% as that person, yeah, being more empathetic, yeah, being more. What was it the last two? Can you remind me of those?
What would need a shift, right?
Yeah, what would need to shift for you?
I just think maybe fear of judgment is the biggest one that's coming out. Fear of judgment.
And when you say fear of judgment, who are you afraid of being judged by specifically?
Just think that maybe like some people that don't know me, maybe they don't know anything, but if I'm just listening to them and being a listener and not really and empathizing and being vulnerable, maybe that will hurt my maybe career or something. Or, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure as you're saying that maybe that you saw someone inside of your mind's eye, someone came to mind, and you don't need to share that with us at this time. However, I'd like you to hold that person in your mind and just see what you see. Yeah. And as you're saying what you see, I want you to hold on to that word of empathy. And just imagine you can give that to them. Yeah, maybe for you can feel empathy somewhere inside of your body, or maybe it's somewhere in your skin, wherever that is for you. And I want you to notice how that's different.
Yeah.
How was that different?
Just think that maybe it feels good for me. And I've been doing this for the past maybe year, I would say. It's just kind of giving like a blessing to someone, you know, that I know is going through some stress, like everyone else is, right? Like I think everyone's going through their own thing. But I think just by giving my empathy and also my blessing to them, it helps me as well. It gives me peace. Yeah. Without even saying anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you're awesome, champ. Yeah, and thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing. I really appreciate you.
I got you.
And those of you who are listening, yeah, whatever came up for you, yeah, you can go ahead and write it down, or maybe you can share it in the chat. Yeah, and a major tool for mastering your mind is knowing who you are. Yeah, what are 3 words that define you as that person? And really practice living those words each day. Yeah, what are 3 words that define how you want to interact with others? Yeah. Because the power of words direct your mind. Okay, now let's go to the next habit. I think we'll spend some time here. And the next one is one of my favorite habits. Yeah, and this one is mastering your body, mastering your physiology. Earlier, when I came in the room, I was having a conversation with Steven, and we were talking about working out and going to the gym. Yeah, and it's something that has been a major part of my lifestyle. Yeah, even as a kid, I was actively involved in martial arts. So taking care of my body, I've seen the benefits. However, there may be some of us here who may disagree with that, may not have had the luxury of showing up in that essence, and it's maybe a challenge for you. So I wanna ask some questions, yeah? And let me call on Rong. Yeah, Rong, are you there? Can I play with you tonight?
Me? You call me?
Yes, you're wrong. Would that be okay? Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Now, Rong, are you happy with your level of mental and physical energy each day?
I don't think so. I agree with you that to have more exercise will be good to our health, but I think I'm a little lazy.
Yeah, sometimes we can feel that when I can totally resonate at times. Yeah, sometimes I feel even lazy myself, especially when it's cold. Well, I'm curious, what would need to shift for you? Let me ask it this way. What would you need to ask for if you're going to increase your level of happiness in this area?
I think I need to maybe get out of my comfort zone to cooperate with others, and we try to together to improve our health, to do more exercise. I think it is difficult for me by myself alone to but I'm the kind of person who always stay at home, so I think maybe I can use some social app to such as like this meeting, we can open the video and we can do exercise together.
Wow,
Yeah.
it sounds like you already have some brilliant ideas. I heard cooperating with others, or you can use a social app. And if you had to choose just one, which one of these ideas would really give you the easiest way for you to start right now?
I think maybe exercise for 10 minutes in the morning to get some stretch. I think in the
Awesome.
morning I will focus on myself. So that would be the suitable time, I think.
Yeah. And as you're thinking about this new idea, you're now realizing how much easier it is for you to actually shop in the morning for 10 minutes and giving that time for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rung. I really appreciate your courage. And I see Jenny post in the chat, I'm allergic to exercise. What do you recommend? That's an interesting one. What I'll do, I won't give a recommendation. However, I'll ask others to share their opinion or their perspective on exercise. And what do they think? And as I'm asking these questions, Jenny, I want you to answer them for yourself as well. Yes, and see what comes out. There's a beautiful thing about the mind. Jim Quick once says that the answers is in the asking of the questions. So as we're asking these questions, I really want you to check in with yourself and go on the inside, because I know that you have the answers in you. What would need to shift for you personally? If you're gonna feel more happy and increase your level of mental and physical energy each day. And maybe it doesn't have to be exercise, it could be anything. Maybe it can be walking, maybe it can be a salad, maybe it can be a friend. Again, for this next question, I want to call on Lara. I see she's there smiling, so it makes me curious to know what's happening in your mind, Lara. And my next question is, if you decided to have more energy and get in the best health of your life this year, I made a commitment with my community this year to get in the best shape of my life. So this is a really great question that I love. So if you had to make that commitment to get in the best health of your life this year, what habit would you start right now?
Hey, Dino. Okay. So the habit that I would start, or I already do actually, is I meditate. So meditation is actually proven to really, really help, energetically get into a good space, actually let go of like toxic energy throughout the day that you've been picking up, being surrounded by people or things, or maybe, sometimes you can get into conversations with people or into friendships that is maybe a little bit toxic for your health. And that's an energy, that you're picking up. So just like coming back home, sitting in my apartment, getting into a meditative state. And that's how I get into better health throughout. And what other aspects? To have more energy and get into something like this. And then I think that it is good to have a balance in life with regards to the mind and the body. So I'm also not really somebody that's very into exercising. So I like to do some yoga or go for a walk because like I'm very sensitive. So doing like very hardcore physical exercises is not really meant for me. And I think that a lot of people think that when you talk about exercise, like that's what it is, like doing hardcore, like running or like, doing weights and those kinds of things. But actually, like we all have different like body types. And like for me, walking really works for me, or doing yoga, or just like 10 minutes, like a little bit of HIIT workout, you know. So I think that's also a good habit.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, such a wealth of information. Yeah, meditation. Yeah, which is one of the habits that I believe that every single human being should start adapting. Yeah, and yeah, I love why you said that. You know, sometimes we associate the word exercise with, you know, what we see on the mainstream media of, you know, jumping and running and flipping. However, if you had to redefine exercise, Lara, yeah, if you had to redefine exercise in a way where it fits perfectly for you, what would you say exercise is for you personally?
What exercise is for me personally? Well, I think if you'd have to ask me when I was younger, to me, it would mean, you know, losing weight, maybe, you know, looking good or like looking a certain way, that kind of way. But I think like as I've gotten older, it's just, you know, gotten a much different meaning for me, you know, exercising. I think it's just really getting in touch with your body again. Also, just it really helps with your mental state as well. Just having it, you know, doing a minimum bit of exercise throughout the day. So for me, it really is just letting go of excess energy, also just putting myself in a better mental state. And yeah, I'm also very spiritual in nature. So for me, it's also a bit of a spiritual exercise, you know. When I go walking, I try to be very present, very mindful. And that also helps with your mental state. And I think in the world that we live in today, like there's so many stresses. Like if you think of a few years back, or just, you know, maybe 30 or 40 years back, like there wasn't as much stress in the world as we have today. So we really now in this day and age, we really have to be mindful about, you know, making that time for ourselves. It's just about being there for yourself, the spiritual aspects, the mind aspects, and the physical aspects of yourself.
Yeah. And I love how you define it as getting in touch with your body. Yeah, it sounds like meditation as well. Yeah. 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 Thank you so much for sharing, Lara.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for being courageous. Yeah. Okay, and I see Rong said in the chat, sleep and wake up on time. Yeah, sleep and wake up on time. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I have one more question on this, and I want to call on Jenny again. Jenny, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. I love to have a conversation around your allergy to exercise to really expand on that more. However, I want to ask you this question. Yeah, what can you do on an ongoing basis, yeah, to help yourself renew more often and recover from stress?
What I do is like on days like today, I don't work. Well, usually I have a 10-day work week at school. So, but I have a day like this now where I just turn off my laptop, turn everything off, my phone, and I go to my favorite restaurant, something like that, read a nice book, take a walk, play music, that kind of thing. That's what I do. And I feel renewed afterwards to get back in it and get some stuff done. Yeah.
So it sounds like you take a day where you treat yourself and you take care of yourself. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, I meditate as well. I just unwind, whatever I like to do, which is mostly reading, taking walks, eating something really nice, and just relaxing for that day. No work, no nothing like that. That's just how I do it. Maybe someone else can recommend something else. I don't know. That's just me.
And I'm curious, how do you feel when you're doing that personally? Tell us about the feeling. How does that feel when you do that, when you unwind and you take that time, to really feed yourself, how do you feel?
Well, I declutter my mind first thing in the morning. I release all that I have been thinking about throughout the week and doing whatever I've been doing the whole week. And I feel renewed. I feel
Yeah.
rejuvenated. New ideas come and I
Oh,
jot things
wow.
down, and yeah, that's how I feel
Yeah.
after a day like this.
Yeah, renewed, renewed. I love that word, renewed. And I'm curious, where in your body do you feel renewed? Like if it was renewed was somewhere in your body, where do you feel that personally?
In my head mostly, because I'm usually in my head a lot. So
Yeah, in your
when I
head.
do this, I feel lighter in my mind, and that I
Yeah.
can take on
Yeah,
anything.
lighter.
Monday, okay, Mondays are not our favorite days. When I do this,
Tell me about it.
I said yes, yes, I can face Monday. Yes, I can face
Yeah,
whatever the week carries after I do this.
yeah.
And I get
Awesome,
more ideas
awesome.
as well.
And I want to invite you to connect with that feeling in your head right now. Yeah, because you've felt this before, so that means this would be easy for you. Yeah, feeling renewed, light, yeah, and feel how that feels. And as you're feeling that, I want you to expand the feeling a bit more, increase it by 1, by 2, by 3. And as you're doing this, I want you to look at the Jenny who's allergic to exercise. Just look at her. Yeah, hold her in your head and just look at her and feel how that's different with this feeling of lightness, renewed. Yeah, and what would you recommend to her? Just imagine you can channel that energy towards her. What would this Jenny right now recommend to that Jenny?
This Jenny would tell that Jenny it's okay to close up the
Yeah.
computer and everything and shut down. It's
Yeah.
fine. Nothing's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
fall
fine.
apart afterwards.
Yeah.
It's okay to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. And
Wonderful.
as you're telling that to her, I'm hoping that she's received it. Yeah, it's
Yes, I think
okay.
she is receiving it. She's learning how to just, yes, peace, nothing else. Turn off.
Yeah.
Turn off
Thank you so
the
much for showing up. Yeah. Thank you so much for showing up with courage, Jenny. Yeah.
Thank you
And
too.
I'm sure that as you shared, yeah, others in the group gathered their own insight, had their own emotional transformation. Yeah. I see Rong said, have a conversation with a coach can help recover from stress. Yes. Yeah. Let's go to habit number 3. Yeah, habit number 3. Anyone want to guess what habit number 3 is? Master your mind is habit number 1. Habit number 2 is master your body. Who would love to guess what habit number 3 is? Master your focus. Yeah. And as you're going through these habits, you're starting to see that each of them are connecting. Yeah, Jenny mentioned that she spent one day on the weekend where she really, spent some time with herself to unwind and renew her mind. Yeah, just to prepare for the week ahead. And I'm sure when Jenny does that, yeah, that really gets her prepared, to be even more productive throughout the week. That really shift and guide her focus. So all of these habits, they're connected. You're mastering your mind. Yeah, really using that practice of meditation or really moving the body and being mindful about what you're feeling, where you're at. Yeah, it helps quiet the mind as well. Mastering your body, making sure that you're feeling good and energized. Yeah, this also contributes to your focus. Yeah. So mastering your focus. And for this question, I love to call on Bill. Bill, are you there? I saw you commented in the chat.
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Can I ask you this question?
Sure.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Now, are you happy with your level of focus and productivity each day, Bill?
I'm happy but not satisfied.
Tell me more.
Because I have a lot of work every day. I also have several companies to manage. So it's difficult for me to focus. It's quite often I just prepare a very important report. A lot of employees coming to my office to ask something. Yeah. Also a lot of approval documents need me to sign every day. Also a lot of meetings, random meetings coming in, make me difficult to focus. Actually, it's also influences my productivity. But this is already my way to work.
So what I'm hearing is that you have a lot of work. Yeah, you have a lot of meetings, random meetings, and you have a lot of reports to do, and you have to sign these papers, and these are affecting your focus. What would you need to ask for? What is it what you need to ask for if you're going to increase your level of focus and productivity each day?
Yeah, actually, I thought about it quite a lot. It's really difficult. I try to arrange my time through my assistant, but still a lot of unpredictable issues coming in every day. That just interrupt my schedule. Maybe I empower to some people I really trust can make me more focused and productive. Yeah.
And it sounds like trust is very important to you, Bill. Yeah, where do you feel trust inside of your body? Where do you usually feel that?
Because actually, for my personal value, freedom is the first. The second is controllable. I like everything surrounding me to be under control. If I feel it's kind of out of control, I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I'm sure that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if things are out of control, we can feel that discomfort on the inside. And I'm really curious. You said trust, and trust is one of your value. Where do you feel trust on the inside of your body? Yeah, how do you know that you trust somebody? Where do you feel that?
Yeah, when I put something into somebody, I don't have the feeling out of control. I think this is trust from me.
Yeah. When you put something in somebody, you feel like you have control.
Yeah, I feel I have control. I feel kind of released.
And what would need to shift for you to feel even more of that control when you're empowering somebody?
Find more trustable people.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for playing today, Bill, and I really appreciate your courage. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now I want to check in and see how everyone is doing. Yeah, if you can drop any insight in the chat. Mr. Rong said, make a schedule in the morning and write journal, delegate some work to others. Yeah. Yeah, awesome, awesome. And for this next question, yeah, I know Ida was walking. Ida, are you still with us? Okay, Michelle, are you there? It appears Ida is not available. Okay, let me come all the way back up to Lara. Lara, would you like to hit this one?
Yeah, of course.
What distracts you most, Lara? Yeah.
What distracts me the most? What do you remember? What distracts me? That is a very, very good question. I think, what is my distraction? Honestly, I don't know right now. I've been working, I mean, I have been working a lot on my focus lately because that is something that I need in order to do the work that I want to be doing. So I guess like at the moment, maybe what distracts me is I'm not necessarily one to really watch movies or Netflix or that kind of things, but lately I've been doing that a little bit too much. So I guess that is something that distracts me at the moment. Yeah. And then I don't know, Dino. I'm trying to find that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not.
Well, it do make sense that as you're working on your focus, yeah, the distractions would minimize. And you mentioned Netflix. Yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, how distracting would you say Netflix is to you right now?
Right now, I would say it's not massive, but it is to a point where I should be doing more productive things. Like I am actually like transitioning now into like doing my own, like going my own direction, like being my own boss, basically. So I think like I should be getting rid of that. Like I actually don't want to be doing that.
And
Yeah.
what do you think you'll need to do to deal with this better?
I need to find a way where I can like kind of, you know, just like maybe like I need to find a way where I just don't go into that, just totally get rid of that distraction.
That distraction, Netflix, right? It's right over there.
Well, not necessarily. Yeah, just like I mean, like watching a series like every now and then, because I need to like find a way where I can like navigate that energy into like pushing myself into doing more of the work that I should be doing.
And as you navigate this energy, where would you navigate this energy to?
Well, into being like more productive with regards to the direction that I'm going. So putting more work into, for instance, like creating PowerPoints that I can also present, or creating work. Just
And I'm curious, yeah. I had this intuitive download, and it wants me to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What would need to shift for these PowerPoints to be even more exciting than Netflix for you?
Well, I would really need to have a plan, like a solid plan of how I'm going to be creating it. That would be like presentable, I guess.
Yeah, having that plan And I can see that as you thought of the plan, maybe you had a picture of what it looked like as well. Yeah, you're already downloading that information.
I've got to visualize it. I've got to visualize it. But I guess I've got to put that. I think the thing is also with me is I'm quite perfectionistic. So maybe like that is, maybe my perfectionism is also maybe a little bit of a distraction. Like that's why because I'm so perfectionistic, I like kind of try to avoid that. So maybe I should work on that perfectionism. Maybe that is the one.
Yeah. And as you're getting even deeper into what the distractions are, the more aware you're becoming of them. And I won't ask you this question on screen, but what I want to challenge you to do is to really journal a bit, while you're on camera, even while you're there in that space. What can you do to deal with this better? And as you're journaling, maybe you'll get an insight, and maybe you can share it in the chat, or maybe you can keep it to yourself. Whatever that is, that would be for you. Thank you so much for sharing, Lara. Okay, I have one more question. I'd like to call on Nan one more time. Champa, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
I'm here. Yeah.
Now, do you have any habits that are moving you towards your goal each week that are really working?
Yeah, I would say I do, but I just got to keep it. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to think of which ones, but yeah, I'm sure I do.
Tell me more.
I think one habit is exercise. I have high expectation. I exercise almost every day, but I mean, it's not up to my standard, but it's something, the movement is part of my lifestyle already.
Yeah, exercise. And previously we were talking about mastering your body. And I'm very curious to know, how does your exercise connect to mastering your focus and productivity? Tell me about that.
Yeah, for sure. It helps a lot because exercise gives me the discipline and it gives me something to look forward to. It's something I do every day and schedule in my calendar. So, and the other part is like work. I have work, right? After my workouts, usually before, like in the morning, is when I'm the most productive. So I do a few hours of work and I usually go exercise.
Yeah. You do a few hours of work and then you go to exercise, and it sounds like your exercise acts as a reference point in your calendar. Yeah, and it create that momentum for you to look forward to that event. Yeah. And I'm gonna ask you a confusing question. Yeah, and I don't want you to think too much about this question. However, I just want you to see what comes up. Maybe there'll be a feeling, or maybe something that you notice. Yeah, would that be okay?
Sure.
Yeah. Aside from exercising, what would you say is everything else you haven't been paying attention to that's important for you to move forward towards your goal each day?
Yeah, I think it's training my mind. Like, for example, meditation, and also just training my focus more. And those two things. I think they're connected. Meditation and kind of just training my focus to work more deeply.
Yeah. Training your focus, training your mind. Now, how would you need to start being different than how you've been now?
I would just work on my mind as much as I do my body, but it's hard. You know, I do some coaching sessions. I listen in on these webinars, but I think a lot of the work I need to do myself more without group coaching or individual coaching. So for me, that's the next step.
Yeah. Sometimes trying new things can be hard, especially when we're trying them for the first time.
Yeah.
And the more we do hard things, the easier they become.
Yeah.
With practice.
Yes.
And I'd just like to ask anyone else if they have any suggestions, yeah, from their own personal experience, you can share that in the chat. And I'd like to ask you one more question, Champ. What would make this easy for you?
Focus, right? In terms of focus.
Yeah.
Well, I think like really like a deadline, and a deadline with like real consequences would make it easier for me. But that doesn't happen in a lot of things. It happens in some things in my life, but of course, like everyone's doing their own thing. So things I want to get good at, like for example, Chinese or something, I need to find like a deadline and just accountability more often.
A deadline, accountability. And who can help you find this deadline?
I think like the first thing that came up with like a test or some kind of assessment, which I'm sure it's out there. But it's like someone, but I think that's just half of it. The other half is whether I want to do it. So I guess it's my own self holding me back, right? From that.
Yeah. And as you're gathering these new insights, just like the challenge that I asked you to Lara, I really encourage you to spend some time and really journal a bit about this. Who could help you find this deadline? Maybe it's somewhere outside of your window or somewhere under the bed. That deadline can be anywhere.
Yes. If I could just add one more thing, I think something else came up to me. Just like whatever I do, it's just like learning Chinese or some of the other things I don't want to do, but I feel like I just need to kind of bite the bullet and become good at it. Just do the work, and once I generate some momentum and see some results in my training, in my weightlifting, then I think if I get good at it, then it becomes a lifestyle or it becomes fun, because I've been able to get that with some of the things in my life that I'm good at. Then I want to do it more. But to the stuff that I should be doing more, maybe I just need to suck it up and put in the time to get good at it. Then it'll become easier and more fun to do.
And it sounds like you're talking a little bit about discipline. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think I need more discipline. I think it's discipline. It's definitely related, but it's not everything. I think the other thing is also motivation. And finding why I want to be good at something or why I want to spend my time to do something.
Well, because of time, what I'll encourage you to do, as I said, spend some time journaling these questions and see what comes up. And if you have an interesting answer that you can share that with me offline. Thank you so much for sharing, Chan.
I got you.
And I see wrong said inside of the chat, social media apps. That is one of my biggest distractions as well. And that's something that I need to start managing. And she says, do morning routines. Wake up at 6:30 and learn in English for an hour and then have breakfast. I love how simple that routine is. 6:30, English, breakfast. Jenny says, make a to-do list. That's another practice that I love to engage in the morning. I just love the feeling of checking those stuff off. Who else love that feeling? Of just checking these things off your list. I really love that feeling. And Rong said as well, create a WeChat group who have the same goals and then mutual supervision. Awesome. Thank you so much for the sharing in the group, guys. Okay, let's go to habit number 4. We're coming down to the finishing line, and we have about 3 more habits to go, and I'll make these one quick. Okay, habit number 4 is mastering influence. Mastering influence. And let me see, who can I call on? Who I haven't called on? Okay, Jasmine. How are you doing tonight, Jasmine? It's always great to see familiar faces.
Thank you.
That's okay. That's okay. You're right back. You're right back in time.
I'm so sorry. I have to submit a very important report on time, so that's why I cannot do 2 things at the same time. But I really looking forward to your session. But I missed the most part. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Can you answer a question now? Would that be okay? Are you still doing the report?
Oh, I'm sorry. Me? I'm sorry. I haven't.
Yes.
What's the question about? I'm so sorry if I interrupt your.
No apology needed. If you're still doing the report, that's okay. I can ask
I'm
someone
done.
else.
I'm done completely.
Okay, awesome. Because I noticed you jumped in the room, so I figured I'll call on you. Okay, so let me ask you this question, Jasmine. Yeah, we're friends. We've had conversation before.
Yes.
So do you feel you have enough influence at work?
Okay. Yes, that's good one because I just deliver my work, so I can be. I'm confident in the such influence and work because the more we focus on your job and the more confidence we could reach and the more influence we could impact on at work. So that's what I feel at this moment.
So it sounds like your level of confidence contribute to the amount of influence you have at work. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yes, I think it comes from the passion, that comes from the knowledge, and also comes from the emphasis, how much emphasis we are in the job assigned. So that's what I feel.
From the passion, the knowledge, the confidence. So it sounds like your passion leads to your motivation to want to acquire the knowledge, and as a result of getting the knowledge, it creates that level of confidence, which gives you more influence. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm also looking for your advice and other people's opinion, so which could empower me and improve my future jobs.
And let me ask you a question. Can I challenge you a bit? Would that be okay?
Yes, sure. Go ahead, please.
Okay. What would you need to ask for if you're gonna 10x the level of influence you have at work in 2023?
Oh, excuse me. Is the connection is quite not stable? Just not. It's not a complete sentence. Would you please repeat once again?
No problem. Okay. My question is, what would Jasmine need to ask for if she's gonna increase her level of influence by 10 this year?
Okay, good. That's good one. Always good one. Yeah. First of all, I needed to get more knowledge in the fields I needed to move on. So that's first priority. And then secondly is the resources around which could align with the job performance and the relations involved. So that's the second one. And the third one is communication skills. So that's all those are very important.
And if there was a leverage goal, when I say a leverage goal, I mean, this is a goal that if you achieve this goal, it won't even matter if you focus on those three things. This goal would lead to you achieving those three things. What would your leverage goal be, Jasmine?
Excuse me, maybe I missed something. Would you rephrase that?
That's okay. Yeah. What would be your leverage goal? Meaning, if there was one goal that if you did achieve this goal, it would make it very easy for you to achieve the three things that you have just mentioned. What would that goal be?
I'm sorry, I still cannot catch that full meaning. What's
okay?
You mean the leverage of the goal?
Okay, so you mentioned that you'll need to have more communication, correct? Knowledge, correct? And you mentioned two other things. And I want to ask, if there was a goal that is different from what you mentioned, that if you achieve this new goal, it would help you to get all what you mentioned, what would that goal be?
Okay. Of course, it will be I think I'm always looking for good mentors, which can be my side all the time, not all the time, but the moment I need, and they feel my demands. Anyhow, this is always could benefit me a lot. And secondly, would be new opportunities for the coming new year.
Yeah. And I wanted to write those down. Yeah, the first one was a mentor.
Yes.
Yeah, and the second one was the opportunity. And my mini challenge for you this year, Jasmine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's to really go and seek out that mentor. Yeah. As Bruce Lee said, no, as the Buddha said, when the student is ready, the teacher would show up. Yeah.
Oh, you know that one. That's great saying. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing, Jasmine. Yeah, and I hope that as everyone was listening, they had their own magical insight.
Yes, very good one. Thank you.
My pleasure. And what I'll be doing, because of time, I'll be going through the questions, and as I'm asking the questions, I'll encourage you to answer these questions on your notepad. Yeah, and this is for everyone, and you can share in the chat as well. Yeah, and the next one is, who would you like to be an event role model for? Yeah, and really think specifically of who this person can be. Because most often when we think about influence, we're thinking about maybe millions of people. We're thinking about our entire department. We're thinking about a big company, and that can be overwhelming. Pick one person. Who can you be a better role model for right now? Yeah. And what can you do for them? That's sync for you. And maybe it may be a bit daunting. You may be thinking, how can I be a role model to this person? Yeah, maybe they're older than you. Yeah. But the part that you just feel led to, I can really, be of great support to this individual. Then ask yourself, what can you do for them? I love the fact that Jasmine mentioned opportunities. Yeah. And the wonderful thing about opportunities is sometimes that they're given to us, and other times we create them. Yeah. I need to say that again. Yeah, with opportunities, sometimes they're given to us. Other times we create them. Yeah, so what opportunities can you start creating today? Yeah, to increase your level of influence. If you are going to make your greatest difference in life, what would you really have to commit to right now? And the key word there is commit. What would you really have to commit to right now if you're going to make a difference in life? I see Jenny said Black woman, Steven said kids. Yeah, Rong said parents. Wonderful. Yeah, and now you have your person. Yeah, what can you do for them? What can you do for your kids, Steven? Yeah, what can you do for a Black woman, Jenny? Yeah. And Rong, what can you do for your parents? Yeah. Habit number 5, master your presence. Yeah, what level are you in terms of your emotional and physical vibrancy and presence? Yeah, how bold and confident are you showing up in the world? During the discussion, as everyone was sharing, confidence came up in our previous conversation. And we learned that the more confident you feel, the easier it is for you to become influential. However, they require a certain level of knowledge and competence for that confidence to be there as well. Yeah. And I love this definition of self-confidence is one's beliefs in oneself that we are capable of getting the job done. Yeah. So what level are you in terms of your emotional and physical vibrancy and presence when you shop in the world? I really want you to check in with yourself and ask yourself that question. Yeah, because this will be very, very important. The answer to this question will be very important to you really making that impact, to really shifting gear and becoming your own boss. Yeah, to you really making an impact in the lives of Black women, your parents or your kids. Yeah. And habit number 6, master your mission. How can you stay on purpose and serve greatly right now? Not tomorrow, yeah, not next year. Yeah, how can you stay on mission? Yeah, how can you stay on purpose, sorry, and serve greatly right now? Yeah. One of the greatest problems, yeah, when it comes to mission, and one of the reasons why a lot of people struggle with their purpose is because they're always thinking that their purpose got to be something big and like Elon Musk, yeah, changing the lives of an entire nation. Yeah, sometimes our purpose can be as little as getting up at 6:30, yeah, and doing the English that we need to do. Yeah, our purpose can be as little as finding time in our day to be mindful and unwind. Yeah, our purpose can be as little as taking that walk so that you can feel vitalized and have the energy that you need to shop and serve in your business. Yeah, our purpose can be as little as creating those moments with our kids. Yeah. Yeah. So my question to you is, how can you stay on purpose and serve greatly right now? Yeah. Now, these are the 6 habits to 6 figures. Yeah, and these are the habits that were modeled by some of the world's highest performing leaders. And this is a part of my high performance leader blueprint. Yeah. And one of the things that I do with every single one of my clients is to coach them around these habits and making sure that they are mastered into who they are being. Yeah. And today you have literally experienced a coaching session with me. Yeah, you've been coached to master these habits. So this means that you now have these seeds planted inside of you and you have gathered your own magical insight. Yeah, now it's time for you to go and take action. Yeah. Yeah. And if you didn't remember anything at all from this entire presentation, yeah, maybe you came a bit late. I want you to remember this. Yeah, for things to get better for you, yeah, first you need to get better. Yeah, you need to invest that time in yourself. Yeah, what it is to find a mentor, what it is to have a day where you unwind. Yeah, what it is to carve time in your calendar to meditate and walk. What it is to practice your English. You need to be better. Yeah. The second is learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your business or your job. Yeah, because you're going to be the biggest bottleneck to the results that you're creating. Yeah. So learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And my favorite, yeah, don't let your learning lead to knowledge, my friend. Let your learning lead to action. Because insight without action is worthless. Yeah. Now, I want to know what resonates with you right now. Yeah, what are you committed? Which of these habits are you committed to improving? Let me know in the chat. Out of these 5 habits, mastering your mind, mastering your body, mastering your focus, master your presence, mastering influence, and last, master your purpose. Yeah, which of these habits resonated the most with you and you're committed to improving this year, right now?
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.